Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be opening up a whole bunch of boxes which have arrived at the P.O. box recently. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I've been pretty busy, but we're going to open a few boxes today and we'll see what people have sent in. As per usual, I have no idea what any of these boxes contain, but as always, there's only one way to find out. So let's get started here. Hello Harrison, my name is Storm, but you'd probably know me as High Rail Hobo. I made the Elvis Presley layout for your 2021 Christmas contest, of course. My channel was deleted, so I'm now High Rail Division Creative, I know. Anyways, I've sent you two of my newest engines, a Tyco U36B Spirit of 76, and what I believe is a lifelike 260 Pennsy steam locomotive. I got these two at a flea market as is, and one of them of course didn't run. I spent 6 straight hours on the steamer and it still won't run. I sent these to you because I wanted to know if you could fix them for me. I sent 10 engines to a hobby shop back in March to be fixed and they aren't even done, so I trust you to fix them. I hope I'm not being too pushy or forceful demanding. I just hate to see my engines sit. Take your time, I don't need them back anytime soon. Okay, so I guess I'll try to do what I can, but I actually don't take repairs that involve shipping anymore because I was running into a lot of issues. I still do localized repairs, but let's have a look, see what they are. I mean, hopefully we can get these things going again. I think this one right here is the steam locomotive. Yeah, I've never worked on one of these before. And I don't know if this is the correct tender or not. Bit of an unusual engine, but I'll try to see what I can do on that. It's a Spirit of 76. It's a Roco, actually. These are usually pretty reliable locomotives, but yeah, I guess this one doesn't run. So I'll see what I can do with those. But until then, let's see what the next box has inside. Alright, so on to the next box. I've already removed the labels and everything else, so I think we can pretty much tear this thing open. Dear SMT, I've been watching your videos and I've decided to make something for you. I hope you like what I made. And Christopher also included a story about how he got his first layout right there. Finishing things off with, I hope you have a good summer. I did have a good summer, thanks a bunch. Wow, you made that? I think it's supposed to be a pin with a little magnet on the back. Great photo. I really like the Union Pacific locomotive you chose. So super cool gift, Christopher. Thanks a bunch. All right, so box number 3. Let's see what we've got. Photo of the Hiawatha, and I think this is a letter. Hello Harrison, this is Kata Chris from the comment section. Anyways, I'm pleased to say you have reached 60,000 subscribers and I hope your channel keeps growing. Your channel also has interested me to start model railroading, which is a very fun hobby that keeps me busy. I'm also thrilled when you say we got a runner or Serenity. Anyways, I noticed that you do not have a Burlington Northern equipment, so I decided to give you some goodies with a BN Caboose in it. The Caboose could use some work, but it is great. It was my grandpa's once, but I thought I would give it to you as a special gift. Hopefully you can hook it to a BN locomotive if you have one. Lastly, enjoy the goodies and a picture I drew for you. I already saw that. It was fantastic. And again, congratulations. P.S. Could you please make a video where you and your dad run his old trains? Funny story, we did do a video on that. It was uploaded about 5 years ago. It's You can find it somewhere on the channel. I'll see, maybe one day we'll make a more modern version of it, but it has been done before. PPS, could you maybe make a video where you use a sound locomotive to do a realistic switching operation? I do plan to do this as well. My switching yard has not been completed yet, so I need to get that going. But once I do, I definitely want to do some operations there. So thank you so much for the letter, the beautiful picture of the Hiawatha, and Burlington Northern Caboose. Let's have a look at that. Very nice. It's even got knuckle couplers on it. I don't know who it's made by, but yeah, what a nice gift. Also got some goobers. Never heard of those before. Huh. Well, thanks a bunch. And we've got another one. Hey Harrison, I'm a longtime subscriber and I really enjoy your restoration videos. I had a good-sized HO scale collection, but I threw out my older non-functioning engines and cheaper rolling stock shortly before discovering your channel. Have been kicking myself ever since. Here are a few engines that survived the purge, and another thing I acquired which I thought you'd enjoy. Sincerely, Locomotive H. P.S. Sorry for the horrible handwriting. I was going to print this. My printer is out of ink. Oh, no worries. I'm terrible at writing myself, so there's no judgment there is what I'm saying. But anyways, let's have a look to see what exactly is in here. Oh, very nice. It's an AHM Blue Box Seaboard System switcher locomotive. Absolutely beautiful. I don't have a whole lot of Seaboard system equipment too, so this is very unique. Thank you so much for sending this locomotive. Ooh, is this an 040? Yes, it is. And this is an, well, RSO, which is actually AHM. It looks to be okay. It's going to need some work. You can already tell by the gears and stuff, but we'll have to test that out as well. Wow, sent a lot of stuff. Got a lifelike AHM Topeka Santa Fe steam locomotive. This is an 040 obviously with a can motor. Looks to be in pretty good shape. We'll have to have a look. I think this one right here is a Bachmann. It's a Amtrak locomotive. It's got the old pancake drive in it. We'll have to test all of these out. I can't believe how many were sent in. Wow, check it out. Is that a Bud car? Rail diesel car. No way, from Kato. Wow. Okay, well, I really was not expecting that. Thank you so much. That's ridiculously generous. I can't wait to test that out. So yeah, a whole bunch of different engines. We'll have to test these all out, but I think right now we'll see what's in the other boxes. We've got a couple more to open up. On to our next package here. This one looks to have been printed out on an actual typewriter. Dear SMT, this is Zach of Calling Trains fans. I saw your video on your Tyco's Transformer loco and I remember that I had a boxcar that went with it. I commented that I might send it and here it is. I thought this would be something you'd like, and I've also wanted to send you something for 60,000 subscribers. I found this channel when you were around 15K and it's been cool to see it grow. I also wanted to thank you for all the videos which have taught me stuff. I have learned just about everything I know about trains from your channel. I really appreciate you sharing all your model railroading and getting many others into the hobby. Thanks for taking the time to read this, and I hope you enjoy the boxcar. Congratulations on 60,000, Zach. Well, thank you so much, Zach. That's very thoughtful. I really did not expect that. And yeah, I know that Tyco did have an entire train set, so I guess this is one of the cars, and if I'm not mistaken, it's possible this has some features. I don't really know how to activate the stuff, but I'm pretty sure some stuff does open from this. Oh. Yeah, there we go. So the whole thing comes apart, and I think there's something that's supposed to go inside, maybe some decals. I'm not 100% sure, but a very cool piece. Thanks a bunch. All right, so we're now down to the final box of the evening here. I don't know what's in this box, but I do know that it came from Australia, so I'm pretty excited to open it up. There aren't always too many boxes from Australia. I can't say I blame them. Shipping stuff across the ocean costs a mint. Anyways, let's see what's inside here. Hi Harrison, in this box are 3 items. A little lifelike diesel loco in Australian national colors. I think this is an American loco given an Australian livery. The loco doesn't run, but you should be able to fix it. This was actually my first model train locomotive, but now that I have a second, I don't need this one. 2, a box car with the Cirrus colors, I'm not sure what that is a brand here in Australia. Okay, so this is a brand. I haven't heard of that. 3, a BHP hopper. A BHP is a global company, new but standard, a small mining company in Australia. And NSW, this hopper is missing its bogies, but I'm sure you have some in your spares. Enjoy these pieces of Australian model railways. I look forward to seeing my local in cars. They will go nicely with your Australian locomotive. Regards, Kristen Miller. Thank you so much for sending all that stuff. It's very, very generous, and I am actually familiar with BHP because I think about 2 years ago somebody sent a BHP diesel. So yeah, let's dig in here and see what exactly all this stuff looks like. I'm very excited to see. I think this right here is one of the hoppers. So this is the one that's missing the bogies. I'm pretty sure it's a lifelike or a Bachmann. I could be mistaken on that, but I'm quite confident I'll have some spares for that. Seakist. Okay, so that's the brand they were talking about. What a cool little box car. And this one's by Lifelike. I think this right here is the Locomotive. Wow, just look at that. So this is a vintage Lifelike locomotive. I believe all this stuff probably came out of a train set, which I know Lifelike I think had 2 Australian sets, which as they mentioned in the letter, I think these were just American locomotives that they repainted as Australian engines, so I don't know if these actually existed or not in Australia, but yeah, very, very cool, and you do not find anything like this here in Canada. I've been on the hunt for one of these engines, either this one or the F-unit variation, and just trying to find a seller on eBay who is willing to ship one is practically impossible, so the fact somebody went to the trouble of sending one is just awesome. I really can't wait to start working on this locomotive. Anyways, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Why don't we take this all over to the layout and test everything out, see what the condition of all this stuff is. Alright, so I've got everything all set up here, ready to be tested. You might have noticed that there are a couple engines which were not included in the lot, this one, and I just brought those both out just so that we can properly test out the rolling stock as requested. But as for everything else, we'll have to see if it will go or not. I don't have super high expectations, as I think a lot of these were sent in as, projects. But let's give them all a try and see what happens. Anyways, we'll start with the steam engine here. It's the one which was sent in for repairs. If I were to take a guess, I kind of feel like the gears in this thing are either going to be stripped or the wheels are out a quarter. I feel like I've seen a few of these online with that issue, but let's give it some power and see what happens. So right off the bat, you can see that there's absolutely no current draw. So it looks like we have some sort of a contact issue. I have no idea why. It could be as simple as a broken soldering joint, but who knows. Something looks a little off there too, but we'll have to crack that one open to figure out what's going on. Anyways, now we've got the AHM Topeka 040 locomotive, and hopefully this one doesn't have a very common problem that a lot of these have, which is stripped out gears. Already looks like this has been maybe opened before, but let's give it some power. And I don't see any current draw, but it is moving a little. Oh yeah. This one, yeah, this one's just got some contact issues. This one's got a lot of life. The motor's very strong, I can already tell that. So that's super promising. And next we've got the AHM Santa Fe Locomotive. These are very simple. I'm guessing it's probably an issue with the contacts. Well, let's give her a go. No current draw. Well, it is trying to go. Let's give it more power. This one's got a good motor too. It might be missing a traction tire. Seems to be a little rough, but that one's very promising as well. We'll definitely, I think, be able to get that one going. And now we got the Seaboard system switcher. This is an Athearn. These usually don't have problems except for the motors becoming unmounted, which can cause some electrical issues. So I'm guessing it's either going to run or it's not going to do anything. Let's see how accurate that is. Oh. Well, it definitely runs. Okay, I see a problem. So this one's got a coupler which is bent out of shape. It's actually riding lower than the wheels, so as this goes along it's actually catching on the ties. So it can go backwards but not forwards. So that should be an easy fix. I could probably also use some fresh oil and just a quick cleaning, but other than that, as per usual, the Athearn's in good shape. Now we've got a Bachmann locomotive from the 1980s. These are always mixed. Probably, I think it will start, but in all likelihood, it's going to have cracked gears. Most of these do. It was just the way they were built. It was a little bit of a flawed design, but a lot of them usually start. Maybe this one will be the exception. Oh, it's trying to go. Oh, that's not good. I can hear the motor humming. That's pretty rough. Oh man. Let's give it one more try here. You can definitely hear the gears have gone bad in this one, but that's really no surprise. But I mean, it's trying to go, and the light works and everything else, so that one's kind of promising. Let's try to see if we can fix that gear issue, but most of them just run like that. And now we got the Model Power / Roco locomotive. I have really no idea what this one's gonna do. Rocos are usually pretty reliable though, so I don't know. Motor's probably just not mounted or something. Huh, absolutely nothing. So just like the steam engine, which was also sent in for repairs, this one doesn't seem to be collecting any power. That's interesting. Anyways, I guess now we'll run an actual train. Now this is of course one of my locomotives which I fixed up in a recent video, but we'll get to run the brand new tender, which was very generously sent in. Let's line this up. These have a little bit of an unconventional coupler design. But anyways, wow, those look absolutely fantastic together. That is absolutely awesome. I am thrilled with that. Now we've got the Australian locomotive. Now they did say that this one apparently does not run, so I guess we'll set that one up on the track. Just for kicks, we'll bring down the rolling stock. I did, by the way, already manage to find some bogies for it. They're not a perfect fit. I don't know if this is actually the right brand on the front here, so we'll probably have to try to find something a little bit better, but it will work for now. And this one's in perfect condition, so we'll just couple that right up. But as for our lifelike locomotive, it might be a little bit of a different situation. I don't know. So we're not seeing anything so far. A very common problem with these lifelikes is that the wheels oxidize and they stop running because of that. So I'd bet that if you move this around, it might just fire up. It's probably a broken solder connection. I'm not seeing any current draw or anything, so Yeah, this one's got slightly more serious problems than I thought, but these lifelikes are ridiculously easy to work on, so I think the likelihood of this one riding the rails again is pretty good. So I'll get that back up there, and then finally we'll run that Caboose. And of course there's also that N-scale Bud Car, but we're going to run that obviously on the N-scale layout, so I didn't include it in this lot. Anyways. This right here is actually a digital locomotive, if you can believe it. Just put that like so. Fantastic. I really like it. The paint matches perfectly, which is good because I think these were both made by different manufacturers. Okay, it looks like the Caboose is having some minor issues, but it works. And finally, we're going to run the N-scale RDC Bud Car, so we'll just quickly get that out of the box. Just check it out. Very cool. In Japan, as all the Kato engines are. It looks like there are some details in here which we could add on in the future, but let's just see how it goes here. Wow. I haven't cleaned the track on this layout in a while, so I might be having some issues because of that, but beautiful locomotive. Look, it's even got the backlights lit, which for an N-scale engine is just great detail. Alright, so I just gave the tracks a quick cleaning, and you can see that made all the difference performance-wise. This thing is running absolutely awesome now. What a fantastic piece of equipment. I was at a train show recently, and I was talking to Harrison of North Country Trains, and he was telling me with the smaller scales, cleaning your tracks is even more important than HO, basically. So I took a page out of his book and just did that, and as you can see, this thing is just running great now. Very, very nice. So yeah, what a fantastic addition to the collection. I can't believe somebody would send this in. It's just so nice. Well, folks, I think that's going to be about it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Just before I completely finish things off, though, I just want to say a few things. Starting off, I just want to say to High Rail Productions, I'll see what I can do with your two locomotives. I'm not 100% sure what the time frame is because I wasn't expecting both these engines, and I still have some other things I have to repair for some other people who sent locomotives in a long time ago, so I'm going to try to get those done first, but I'll see what I can do. The engines don't seem hopeless, so yeah, I'll try my best on those. Christopher, thank you so much for sending in the pin and the little treats right here. It's a very nice gift. And terrific work with the pin. This thing is so cool. So thanks a bunch for that. I would like to give a thanks to Zach for sending in this Tyco box car. It's a very cool little addition to the collection, and it looks just fantastic with that locomotive. So thank you so much. Christian, thank you so much for sending in the Australian stuff. It's a really cool train. I don't have a lot of stuff like this in the collection, and I'm sure with some work it could be a fine set. So thanks a bunch for that. Kata, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for the Caboose and the picture. You did a terrific job with that, so thanks a bunch. And then finally, Lothra, I really don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I've tried to read it a few times and I'm not sure, but either way, thank you so much for sending in all these locomotives. Like, this is just ridiculously generous, especially this. So kind. So thanks a bunch for that. Anyways, I think that's going to be about it for today's video. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching.